Hey guys, welcome back to Mark the Point. I got a good educational video here for you today, so make sure you stay tuned if you want to learn a little bit about pressing. A lot of people are so stuck on strategies and how to play, how to roll, and how to bet and all that type of stuff. But there's a way to press that you can make money really well, especially on long rolls. So if you have somebody that's going a longer roll or is hitting multiple numbers on the same number, there's different pressing patterns that you can use to make really good money. I'm going to start off really low on one or two of these bets, but then I'm going to go up to where I'm at a 25, 50, $75 level to show you how if you're up in a little bit higher bankrolls, a little bit higher presses, you're going to be able to make more money. And I'm going to show you how that works too. The first thing I'm going to do is start off with like a $10 table. So if you're at a $10 table, let's just say it's on the five. And remember, your five and nines press the exact same way because they only require $10 bets basically, and you can do this for the 4 and 10. It's a little bit different because of the payouts. But let's just say you start off with like a $10 five, right? A $10 is going to pay you $14. But a lot of people say 15 for one, so they'll pay you for 15 and drop for $1. Well, if you can remember these few things on the 5, 9, think of it as 5, 10, 15. Can you think of that? 5, 10, 15, right? So your first press is $5 and you rack the 10. Okay. Now this right here would pay it's a $15 bet. It's going to pay you $21. Well, your first press was five. This press you're going to go up to $10. You're going to rack the rest. Okay. Now you're sitting here at a $25 bet. When you do that, it's now a $25 bet. Okay. That's your 10. So let's just say you hit one time, you hit the second time. It's hit twice now. Now, if you happen to hit a third time, it's going to pay you $35. Remember when I said 5, 10, now it's 15. So you're going to take this right here, make it look like 40, rack the quarter. That was your third hit. Now, just by chance, if it happens to hit again, where you do hit 4 times on a 5, which happens to be a repeater bet, but if it does happen again, that's going to pay you $56. 40 pays 56. Now, at this point in time, you have options. What do you want to do? It's likely most of the time it's not going to hit a fifth time. It could in case you have a massive roll. But let's just say, let's get ready for it. Let's go all the way back down to a $15 bet. Let's pull all this money back, okay? And let's just say, you know what? We did supposed to say at 14 for one for the first one. So I'm actually going to pull that $1 back just to be fair to everybody. It hit 4 times, and now you have a $15 bet, and you have $121 back into your rack. How awesome is that? Now, with the 6 and 8, it's going to be a lot more difficult because you have the extra dollars to work with, right? Because remember, they have to be in increments of 6. So just like here, it was 5, 10, 15. We're going to change it up on the 6 and 8. It's going to be 6, 12, 12. So basically, what's going to happen is you're going to start off with a $12 bet. This happens with a 6 or an 8. It doesn't matter which one. Well, $12 is going to pay you 14. Okay, and you can tell the dealer, you take me up 1 unit. That's exactly what they do. This is your first hit. It's going up to $18 total. Okay, all right, that's your first hit. Let's go ahead and mark it right here. Now your second hit, that's going to pay you $21, and you're going to go up 12. So you're going to drop them $1 and say, take me up 2 units. So that's exactly what they'll do. They'll give you that back, and they'll take you up 2 units. This is your second hit. Remember, this is your money coming back to your rack, and it's already paid for. Okay, this is your initial investment. After the second hit, it's already paid for, and you got a $30 bet now. So this looks like $30 when you set it side by side. Okay, so now what you have here, your second hit, you have your initial investment back. Okay, you have a $30 bet plus an extra one sitting there, and now you're going to say, remember we said 6, 12, 12. The reason why you say 12, 12 and not 18 is because this is going to pay you $35. You could go all the way up to 60, which is a $30 bet, but we're low risk here on this system or on this progression. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop down $2 to the dealer and say go to 42. You're going to rack the quarter. Okay, this is your third hit, right? So if you want one more hit, looking for 4 hits. That's the ideal. The ideal now is a $42 bet. That's going to pay you 50 for one. And what you're going to do here, you can go all the way back down. Let's pull all this back. We got to make a little bit of change here. So here, and now that's your fourth hit. Okay, you can go all the way back down to $12. And if you look here, you have 115, $119 into your rack on a 4-hit winning streak. Again, a little bit different because of the dollars or the extra with the 6 to 7 site payout. Is the difference is If you want to do this with blackjack or roulette or whatever it is, a 4 streak, you're bringing back over $100 back to your rack on 4 wins in a row. Now, let's do this. I'm going to press this up a little bit and show you my favorite way to do a betting pattern. Again, this question was asked to me, what's your favorite progression of betting? And I started playing around with this a little bit. And I feel like if you want to be aggressive and you want to be able to make some money on a long shooter, a lot of people don't know how to make money on a long shooter. I'm actually going to be a little bit more aggressive on this one and show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to start off with a $60 bet on the 6 and 8. Okay. And let's show you how these green chips turn into black chips really fast. Okay. All right, here we go. So again, I'm going to do it singles, and then I'm going to show you how to bet them in tandem, right? So a $60 bet, that's going to pay me $70. So now on this betting pattern, it's easy to remember 30, 60, 90. Can you remember 30, 60, 90, 120? Maybe you can't. Maybe you might have a little pen and write it down. But your first progression is going to be $30. Okay. So you're going to go up by 30. And remember, you started with 60. That's $40 back into your rack. So you're almost out the hand. You're 2/3 out or so. All right. So now it's a $90 bet. So it's 30, 60, 90. So this bet would pay you 105, right? So basically, you're going to say, press me up 60. Or really what it is you're taking yourself to 150. You're racking $50 and you're taking it to 150. That's what this looks like now. I'll show you what it looks like. So here, this is also a quarter. So now it looks like 150. So that's after your second hit. After your second hit, you're out of the hand. Remember, your initial investment was $60. You got a quarter in profit, plus a $160 bet sitting out there. On your third hit, okay, let's go 30, 60, press it up 90. This is going to pay you $175. Okay, $175. Let's make a little bit of change. Hopefully, you have some extra red chips in your pocket if you don't already. So basically, what's going to happen is you'll collect that black chip, and you're going to take it this here and press it all the way up. Okay, that's a $90 pressure. 30, 60, 90. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like real quick, because that is $100 there. When you do that, after your third hit, when it's done on your third hit, you have a $240 bet. Look here, you have 150, 160, $170 into your rack. You have a $240 bet. How many times do you see a 6 or an 8 hit 3 times? Guys, all the time. I mean, I'm telling you, this is something that's not uncommon. 4 times is a lot, but you're set up. You got money into your rack. That's profit, over $100 really quick. Profit plus, here we are sitting here on an 8, a $240 bet. That's going to pay you $280. So let's make it look like $280. And guess what we're going to do, guys? We're going to hit it. It's going to get the fourth time. It's the fourth hit. I'm going to pull these bets back down, all the way down to a $90 bet. And I'm going to show you how much money I have in profit. So I'm going to go back up one level to where I was. And check this out, guys. I have, look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. That's 500. That's 75. That's 100. That's $600 back into your rack after 4 hits on the same bet, 4 wins. And here you go. You got a $90 bet sitting there ready for you, collecting black chips all over again. This is a great betting sequence to get you black chips into your rack. Only 4 rolls of the 8. I say only. There is 4 rolls, which could be hard, but it does happen quite a bit. Now, I'm going to show you one other way how to press these bets. Again, I'm going to show you in tandem, which is what I like to do a lot of times. But now let's go ahead and say this is going to be a hyper aggressive betting pattern. So if you're okay with not collecting much or at all, I would suggest just fast forward to the end. But this is a really cool way of making money and pressing yourself into black chips really quickly. Okay. So again, we're going to start back out at $60 each on the 6 and 8. Okay. So here we are, back to 6 and 8, $60 each. Now, rather than pressing just one number, I'm going to press both numbers. Okay. So 60 pays you 70. Remember what I told you, 30, 60, 90, right? So here's 30. I'm going to press them both up. I'm going to put that, I usually like to chop that on my hard ways, right? So you put that on your hard ways. But now what you have here is that both the 6 and 8, you started with $120 total. Your 6 and 8 are both at $90 each. Okay. Now, from here, it's going to pay you $105. you're going to have to add a little bit of investment here. Let's go ahead and tell you. Let's just say you didn't put these on the hard ways or in your rack or whatever it is. Remember, 30, 60, 90. So now you're going to press everything up by $60. Okay. So you're going to take those red chips there. You're going to add one more red chip from your rack. Okay. You kind of power press it, if you want to call it. And if you pull all this back, what you're going to have here, I'm going to show you, is it's actually $150 each. Now, you haven't collected anything yet. Again, this is a power move. This is hey, you know what? I'm going to try to go for the jugular here. That is the second hit, by the way. You're looking for another hit here. If you happen to get 8, again, that's only 1 hit, 2 hits. You still haven't collected anything yet, right? Still haven't collected anything. If you get a third hit, let's just say you get a third hit, it's $175. Well, 30, 60, 90. You remember that, right? This is your $90 pressure. It will cost you $5 more to do it, because what you're going to do is you're going to split that $180 up and put it right here. Okay. When you do that, this will be your 4th hit. Okay. So here we go. So now what's going to happen here? I'm going to pull all this back and make sure I'm going to press it all up. Show you just what that looks like. Put that here. Pull this back. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now, again, I'm going to make it look a little bit prettier so you can see what it looks like. So this is $100, which is a black chip. This is $100, which is a black chip. So now, after your 4th hit, okay, or this is going to be your 4th hit. Let's go ahead and put these back up real quick. This is going to be your 4th hit on either the 6 or the 8. Either one, right? Together, either one, if either one of these hits, that's $240. What's that going to pay you? That'll pay you $280, just like that. And what are we going to do? We can regress it all the way back down as low as you want to. But regardless, whatever we're going to do, we're going to pull back all these chips. Look at there. You got let's go ahead and make it look like that too. Here and here. Let's make it look like $60 each. Okay. When you do that, going all the way back down the base, let's check out these black chips here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $640 back into your rack, hitting again, not really collecting anything, and actually power pressing along the way. But after 4 hits of either one of these, right, any kind of 4 collection, you're bringing back over $600 into your rack, only starting with $120. How often does that happen? Well, maybe not very often. Sometimes we are in the middle of a hot shooter and we don't realize he's going to be a hot shooter until you look back, was it hindsight's 2020? However, if you are in the moment and you figure out what's going on and the number they're hitting, be aggressive, find a way to press these things up. And I guarantee you'll find more black chips in your rack if you learn how to bet them correctly. Now, I'm going to do this one more time on a different level on the 5 and 9. Make sure if you have any confusions on what's going on here, go back and look. Go back and just read back and watch the video again and go in slow motion if you need to go in slow motion. But this is, again, really, really cool way to show you how to press these things up. I'm going to do it real quick on the 5. Remember, the 5 and 9, same exact situation. Okay, $50. Remember, so if you do the 6 and 8, it's 30, 60, 90. The 5 and 9 is going to be 25, 50, 75, 100. Pretty simple, right? So 25, all right, so that's a $50 bet. That's going to pay me 70. I go up 25. And remember, you started with $50 to begin with. What you got there? You got $40, 25. That's $45. You're almost out the hand off the first hit, and you've pressed this thing up to a $75 bet. That's 25. Now we're going to go to 50. So it pays 100. I'm going to press it 50. This is all coming back to my rack. Now this looks like 125. Again, a little bit confusing if you're not really doing it, so you don't really see it unless you're actually rolling it out. No, that goes to 125. 125 now pays me 175. Remember, it's 25, 50, 75. Okay, what we're going to do is this right here is $100, right? So I'm going to make it look like $100. Now I have, that's 25, 50, 75. Let's take one more hit. That 200 is going to pay me what? 280, excuse me. Pays me 280. What I'm going to do is I can go all the way back to a $50 bet or 75. It doesn't matter, because check out the black chips that we got going on here. Okay. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Move that back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 75, 600, you got an extra $5 there, and you still got a $75 bet. Every way you do this after 4 hits, you're getting $600 back. A 4-hit run gets you $75, $600 back to your rack if you can find a way to win it. Blackjack's a really good way to do this because I'm telling you, you can find so many ways to win on blackjack 4 hands in a row. Craps is a little bit hard to roll like this, but just kind of giving you an idea. Roulette, same thing. Think of how many 5, 6, and 7 times you see red or black at the same time. This is a really good way to get money back out of your rack into your hand, black to your rack. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. A lot different video than I'm used to rolling out or used to throwing out there. Very educational on patterns, how to pressure bets, starting low, going up higher, and putting money back into your rack. I hope you've enjoyed this. Again, if you got a little bit confused of how I did that, put it in half motion, put it in 3/4 motion, slow it down a little bit so you can see how I played it out and how I was actually pressing these up a little bit. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the videos. Put a comment down below if you haven't subscribed already. Make sure if you haven't joined the channel, guys, please join the channel. I've been getting a lot of people join the channel lately, and I really do appreciate that. It's only a few dollars a month, and it really does help me out, keeps me motivated to keep doing stuff like this. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this content. Until next time, mark the point, stay awesome.